we have somebody with us here, a person, just for a short time, depending on how she's feeling. But she's somebody who's been instrumental to everything I've done in my organizing life and to the history of the Health Center, Reba Moses, who is a founding member of our organization and one of our first board members. Now, you know, Reba was born in Florence, South Carolina. She's the daughter of a sharecropper. Her dad died the month that she was born. Her mom raised 5 kids, and she moved up north with her husband, James, and she was a foot soldier in the civil rights movement. And she was somebody who I met when I was a teenager. She was on the way to the police station, and she pulled me by the ear and said, "You're coming with me." Well, you know, when you're a teenager, you know, you sort of got all this hubris about the police and stuff like that, but it's at a distance. And Reba would go into that police station in this time when so many black youths were being arrested all the time. And I hadn't experienced what it was like to have large police officers come out and start yelling at you. And here was this small, frail woman who would not move, would not budge, and spoke truth to power. And she said, "Stand right when you're right, and if you're wrong, move along. But I'm right." And she told me about the value of not making assumptions based on sort of our own perceptions of what might be law enforcement, people out in the streets, and she was always right about that. And she taught me so much about organizing, the principles of organizing. It always started with a good morning with Reba. I didn't realize how powerful that word was for people who are disadvantaged, who nobody gives the time of day to, who often walk by with their heads down. And Reba reminded me of the power of that communication and that conversation, that simple act of saying good morning to people. And then this sort of proposition that, you know, if you're going to be engaged in service to people, you need to really make a commitment. And are you going to make a commitment? Because a lot of people get in and get out. And Reba said, you know, we've had too much of that. And she really sort of set me straight on this notion of how respect drives everything that we do, and how long-term commitment is so important, and that if we're going to be engaged, why not do the best that we can? Reba always set the highest bar. It courses through the veins of the Community Health Center, that proposition that we should really strive to achieve the best for all of humanity if we're engaged at all. And so it is my privilege to present a bonsai to Reba, but also to ask her, just before we sit and we break bread with each other, could she say a prayer for all of us? Reba?
Well, it's good to be here. Got my thoughts now. I want to say thank you. Thank you to God, who can let us do anything we want to. Just recognize Him as being the only one that can. And I met Mark, a teenager, as he said, and I'm very, like, he's ready for something, but he didn't know what. And he met me at the police station. I was always there. If not with one, but with all, because everybody thought they were right. and nobody was right. But God took care of it because I do pray. And I was praying then, and I know how to pray. And I just talk to her and tell him what we need and what we want and be looking for it. And keep looking, because he'll do what he said. He'll take care of it. We went in, we would get kids out of jail, and then I get real nice and talk the police down. And we did it that way, good to them. And so they had to, people treat you good, you just can't help but fall into their trap, whatever that trap is a good one. Try it. It's satisfying, because God is on your side at all times. And I'm just proud of these guys. I remember, I look at the picture and I knew everybody but Jim Moody, James Moody. I didn't think he looked like that. I knew all his boys, and I was trying, who is this man? But I didn't know him until you told me. And I said, well, he's been going a long time, and I'm still here. Ain't that something? I said, because I didn't let it go to my head, Because I was depending on the Lord, and he had to take care of me because I was crazy. You know that. If anything wasn't right, I had to tell you. I thought it was wrong. Sure. Didn't have to be me. And this guy, he had so much energy. He had time taking care of it. He'd come to my house any time to see what was left. He ate more than anybody I ever seen. Do you still?
It's not true.
Do you still eat that way? But anyway, he's a good guy, and I don't want him to get no ways ungood. I tell God to keep his hands on you all the time, and he will. And y'all pray for him, because you need men like Mark and this crew. They was just determined to get their health center like they wanted it. And I saw this thing going up and know what it was. Beautiful. Very beautiful. And I know you're going to do the work, because you have to tell him to stop, Jennifer. Because he will work. It's good you got a lot of energy. Because he'll have you working too, and you won't realize you're working. And my husband used to say, when you coming home, I don't know. But I'll be there before you go to sleep. And I just wanted to say a few things like that. But God loves you. He loves us all. Mm-hmm. He made all of us. And he knows what we can do, and let's do it. And do it joyfully. Don't let it get you down. Just go on, because he will take care of you. And I thank God for my family, and I thank him for friends. I didn't know I had so many friends. Till I got sick. I should have been sick, Mark. Every time somebody come, I wonder who it is, and they tell me, and it's a child. Just getting to be a young lady, a man. Sure. And that make you feel good. Somebody knew you before you got old. And couldn't hardly talk to them. So, but they say, I'm Aunt Reba, and everybody call me Aunt Reba. All the kids, That's what the parents call me. But anyway, I love being here, and I know it's about time for me to get a nap. So I'm thinking about me right now. You got to do something for yourself sometime. Hell, if I don't get through and go to sleep, then I don't want to go to sleep here.
I love you.
I love you too.